Good morning, my lovely friends. It's now replantation from the tomatoes. The tomatoes have now officially the start of the flower producing, and they have the growth that I want. And I'm going now to show you some ideas how you can do it. It don't have to be in your soil, so in your vegetable garden. So if you feel like you have on a spot more sun, because tomatoes love sun, you can do it also on a spot where there's more sun. So I'm also going to use a big vase that I have like this. For one big tomato, I'm going to use other spots for tomatoes. So I want to have like different spaces and try where is the best, because what I learned is it's sometimes not how beautiful your plant is or how good your soil is how good your place is. How's the sun, how's the environment, there's a lot of energy waste, probably animal waste like pests. How strong is your soil used? Has it like you have to think about some things use some kind of nutritions and other vegetables use other nutritions. So that's why it's sometimes really good if you plant onions and later on the onions, tomatoes upstairs there. Why? Because the nutritions that the onions take away, the tomatoes don't need, and the onions don't need the nutritions that the tomatoes need. So when you plant the the tomatoes later on the onions, you have really strong nutrition that is used for tomatoes, and the other stuff that the tomatoes don't need, the onion used, and so the nutritions for the other stuff is stronger for the tomatoes. So it's a really nice understanding when we start to understand the chemistry. And I'm from the chemistry. I worked in the chemistry. I made my studies in the chemistry. I love to understand how the nature works, how the soil works with each other. And I just found out that tomatoes are one of these plants that I truly love, because they are like, you can give everything they want and they get really bad. And sometimes you can put them in the worst spots and they are functional, and you are like, how it is possible that you made everything for them and they don't work there, and here where's nothing and they are completely by herself. They produce tomatoes without endings. And this is what I learned, that the tomatoes just are some of that plants that if you trim them right, you make like 50% of the work. And if you give them again just the other stuff like sun, like other stuff, you will have really good tomatoes. But if you just forget to trim them, what's happened a lot of times, you will have really less fruits and a really big tomato. But what do you want is a even smaller tomato but with a lot of fruits. So that's the destiny that we want to achieve, because you don't want to have all the other stuff, because all the other stuff just takes away the energy of the tomato. So we have to really find a way how to decide what to do with the tomatoes. I will have some projects on the vegetable garden, some here on my terrace, some on other stuff, on other ways. So we are going to use different kind of ways to understand, okay, here was it better, there was it worse, here it's better, here it's better, here it's better. So you learn from your mistakes, and that's why you do different kind of ways every year, to find every year more possibilities to see, oh, here was it good, I will try it now again, here was it good, I will try it now again. So this is the progress of farm life. You learn, you make, because we don't have machines. If we do everything in greenhouses and machines, it's easier. But we want to work with nature, so we have to understand what the tomato needs. And just look at how they are. She's like this at the moment, and she's now starting here to produce their flowers, you see. So what we are going to do is we are going to do the same. We open all the vase, so the whole roots can grow. And what we are going now to do is not like this. We are going to do a little hole, but just a little one, so you can be like this. What I've learned also, my friends, they really like really nutrition, good earth. So with little stones and everything, they like this. They love tomato, love this. So what you can do is get some good earth. I have it here from my front garden, where the chickens also poop and everything. So it's really good. And then you just make like this. You just make like this. You close it, and that is all the work that you do. So you let the whole progress of tomato be the same. So she has the same starter earth, she has the same life. The only thing that you give her the possibility is to grow now more roots into more soil. So that's the only thing I'm going to do. And so I like to work with tomatoes. In my opinion, I had the least pest infects and everything, because you don't stress her. You don't get her now away from another soil and put her into another soil. So you just give her the same soil, just the other possibility to now grow more roots. This was like my definition that I made. And now what you can do is, like, you can now work with things like this. I can show you. With sticks like this, and build now a little way that she can grow upstairs and hold her weight. And this is so optional. You can also just work like this, like I make here. You get some little fios, and you put them like this, so she is strong by the stick. But you can also use other stuff, like if you want a bamboo or anything. You don't have to make so much things, but I like to do it just because I, from my experience, made that they like to climb and have something to hold on. When they start to produce their fruits, they get heavy, and then the fruits can fall to the ground, like the arms. And then the fruits can get really fast moldy, because they get in contact with the earth, with the soil. So really important to talk about this. And yeah, the rest, I just wish you a really good harvest, a really good start in the season. We have started now officially. So I wish you a lot of good projects.